Hello and welcome to Class 6 of SUNY New Paltz EGM393-3 Advanced CAD. I am Patrick Mellick. Now we're going to be starting on Chapter 20, which is using the subtract and intersect. This class will be utilizing a few commands we haven't used before: the scale, combine, intersect. We should be familiar with the corner rectangle, move and copy, and extrude boss. Let's start by navigating to our files that we've downloaded and open drill case. What this exercise is asking us to do is simulate creating a half of a mold for this drill case. The first step is to compensate for shrinkage, material shrinkage, and to do that we increase the overall size of this part by 2%. We say insert, features, scale. It'll be uniform, and we'll set it to be 1.02 to make it 2%. Say OK, and you can see the part grows slightly. Next step is to make the mold. We'll utilize the sketch they've already given us. We'll select the sketch, say extrude boss, change the direction so it's the back side, uncheck merge results so we have a separate body, and set the depth to 3 inches and say OK. Now both our materials are the same. They would like us to change just the mold material. Normally we do it here, but in this case we want to select just the mold. So we select that boss extrude, we right click, say material, and change that to carbon steel. When we subtract one part from the other, the part we subtract disappears. So we want to keep having this drill case in this model, so we're going to make a copy of it. To do that, we'll use the move copy. Select move copy. We will select that drill, make sure the copy is checked, and we won't change anything else, and we'll say OK. That'll give us an error saying that you're not moving this, and we're going to accept that. Now let's hide that body. Right click and select the eye. Now we'll subtract this drill body from the mold. To do that, we insert, features, combine. We're going to subtract. The main body is going to be the mold, so we'll select that. And the bodies to combine will be the drill casing. We can do a show preview to make sure we selected correctly, and sure enough we did, so we'll just say OK, and let's unhide that drill body. Now it'd be nice to have an exploded view of this. We can do that by saying configurations, right click on that configuration, say new exploded view, select the drill body, drag it out, say OK, and now we have a nice exploded view. However, while this is exploded, you don't have access to your features or your features or your sketches. So it's not really useful. Now, if you were to collapse this, they would come back, but the part would still be in the mold. So let's just come back here and we'll delete this. We're going to delete this exploded view, and we're going to do it a different way. We're going to do it using the move copy command. We'll come in, we'll select that drill body, uncheck the copy, and just drag it out. And now we have access to our features and our sketches with that body exploded out of the mold. Let's hide that for our next step. Suppose all we had was a mold and we wanted to know what that part would look like. To do that, we're going to use the intersect command. Select the intersect command, select the mold, and then we're going to select the front plane, and that'll simulate two solids being subtracted and give us the results of those two. So we'll say intersect, that stays create both. This is very computer intensive, so your SolidWorks may crash. We're going to want to show just the drill body, so we'll select region 2 to hide. Check that. Make sure this is checked. And we say OK. And there we have the resultant of the intersection of the front plane and that mold. The next exercise will be creating a mold, a complete mold of a toy plane. Let's load the plane file called toy plane. And why don't we look at it from the top view. And what we'll do is we'll select the top plane, create new sketch, do a 2-point rectangle, and draw a rectangle around the plane. And we'll dimension it, given the dimensions they gave us, from the top down to one of these motors will be 1.5. And then from an edge over to, you want to grab a vertex, which is a point, not a line. Tricky. See how we can do a line there. Okay, let's do 1.5. And same thing on the other side. 1.5. And now down here at the bottom, here, and there. That will also, that's an angle. We don't want that. Let's make sure we get a line or a point there. There. That will also be 1.5. Okay, and then we will go features, extrude boss. It's going to be 2 inches. Let's uncheck the merge because we need to be a separate body. It's going to be 2. And it's going the wrong direction, so we'll swap that direction and we'll say OK. Now we can make the mold here. We go to Insert, Features, Combine, select the mold, select the toy plane, say OK, and now we have the bottom of the plane. But we wanted to do the top of the plane too, which means we need that plane back. So rather than throwing everything away, we can just grab this bar right here and slide it up before we did that. And then we can say move copy, select the plane, leave it in place, make sure the copy's checked and say OK. We're going to get that error again, but that's alright. We just say OK. And then we slide that back down. Now let's create the top part of the mold. Do that, we would select this surface, say new sketch, and then we walk around, hit the control key, and just select all 4 of those lines. And then say convert entities, and now we have another square. We'll go to features, extrude boss, we're going to extrude up 2 inches, uncheck that merge result, say OK, and now we've got the top part of the mold. Alright, now let's subtract that plane from this. So we go Insert, Features, Combine. We select this top part of the mold, and then we need to find the bottom part. So we'll come down here, and we've got these bodies in here. Let's get this move copy, I believe. That's a combine, that's the lower one, so you want to select that move copy, and we'll say OK. And let's hope we got both. Let's rotate that up so that we can see it. So we'll say move copy, select that top surface, and we'll tell it we want to rotate. So we'll come down here to rotate, and we're going to use this back edge right here to tip it up, and we're going to go up 90 degrees like that. Okay. Oh, I hit copy, so let's go back to that move copy and undo that copy. Just uncheck that. And there we go, we got that part. Now let's change these two parts to be made from steel. So we come in here, edit, material, plain carbon steel, and we'll do the same thing on this one. Right click, material, plain carbon steel. No, we don't have a plane. Well, let's go back and get one. Just scroll this back to before we scroll that all the way back here to this move copy where we have access to it. Say move copy again. We're going to select that plane, the airplane, not the plane. Make sure that's checked for copy. Not going to move it. Say OK. OK. And then we'll just drag this back to the bottom. And we should have a plane there now. And we can say move copy. Select that. Drag it up. Say OK. And now we have an extra plane. Because I did it again. Uncheck copy. There. Now we have the plane with a mold for both halves, and that is it for this class. Thank you very much. Do your homework.